Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, DotNet-Dev-Journey with Jacob. And today we are going to be looking at logging as a subject. Logging. What does logging mean? What is the importance of logging? Where can logging be implemented or expressed? And what a logging doesn't do. So we are going to start by, I'm going to start by explaining logging. Logging is just simply taking a trail, registered trail of what went wrong in the system, why it went wrong, in the specific information of what happened in the system when no one is watching. It's just like setting up a CCTV in a compound or to watch over a premise, and the CCTV camera helps to, record information even when no one is watching, when no one is there to see what happened, what doesn't happen, what went wrong or what does not go wrong. And let's say for instance a matter arises in that premises and no one knows what really happened. They can easily go back to the CCTV to watch the recordings of all that transpired between that period or within that period. So that's what logging simply helps to achieve. It's like observability. It's like an audit trail that helps us to monitor what's going on in the system. So having said that, there are two ways of implementing logging. One could either have a custom design implementation or the .NET input functionality for logging. But the main focus for this lesson or for this video is a custom logging. So this would help us to understand the mechanism behind it, how it works, and where to implement it. So using this simple banking application as a use case, where are the places that logging can be implemented or expressed? Logging, um, the prime layer where the logging can be implemented is the infrastructure that deals with the IO functionalities, the persistency, maybe, and every other external services like the network service, like uh, the maybe email provider service and all of that. So things like that, these are the areas where it is prime for us to implement the login. Yes, the login can also be implemented in the application layer to um, log the intent and the outcome of an operation. So let's start by looking at the infrastructure, which is the repository aspect. For instance, let's say the application is trying to save or write a transaction into the file and encountered an issue and could not write it. The log should be able to, the system should be able to take a log of what happened and why it failed. I don't know if now looking at the application layer, what can we log? What are the things that we can look at? For instance, let's say a customer wants to make a withdrawal and we can use log to register the intent. That customer with account number initiated, you know, a withdrawal operation of so amount. Then we can also log if it's successful or not. And if it is not successful, we'll log why it failed, maybe insufficient balance and things like that. So these are where the places where we can implement the logging. And logging is not for it's not for the user. It's not for communicating messages to the user. It is not efficient or I would say an effective or efficient or excellent design um, principle to implement logging with maybe user inputs. No, that is not why logging, you know, um, is implemented in a system. It's just it's just like an audit trail of the things that is happening in the system, even when no one is watching. So it's maybe when you have a firm and then you have an auditing firm coming to audit the work of that company. That's just what it is basically. And if the log file fails, it shouldn't, or if the logging fails, it shouldn't affect the system in any way. The system should still continue running. The system should be independent of whether the logging is working or whether it fails. Now I'm going to look at be sharing with us how to implement logging using the simple banking application as a case study. So here we have our infrastructure. If you see, I've changed the structure of this project um, in a way. I've moved the interfaces from the infrastructure down to the application layer. So here we want to create an interface. We're adding iLogger, iLogger class. So, and what method we want to have there? Changing this to public. So, void log. You can use log or log info, whichever works. So, note we are logging a message. So that is it. So this is all we are doing. And now we are going to put the implementation in the logging in the infrastructure because it has to do with um, file file activity, if I should put it that way. So I'm saying add the logger. So this is the implementation here. So implementing the high logger class. So implementing high logger and here we are introducing using system application interfaces. Yes. So we are implementing all the members. So here we have void logger.info here. But one thing we want to also do, because we are logging the info in a file, so we are going to be taking this parameter file path, and then we are saying private read only, we are doing I logger iLogger, iLogger equals to iLogger logger. No, that's not what we only. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, hmm, parts equals to, yes. So now we have this, and don't forget we are writing into the file part. So, but we've not implemented that yet. But that's not the issue. So here we want to say if file, if not file that exists rather, if not file that exists, if it does not exist, then we want to say uh, yeah, we can use stream, or I don't want us to go too deep into that for now. So I would just say file dot say append all text. Then I'm saying append into file paths. Then I'm using an empty string, an empty string. So it can either be this or string dot empty. So that's what I want us to do here. Then we can say log message. So now what we want to do is we want to register the time, the date and time, and we also want to register the message. Then, okay, let's just do, then we are going to add a new line so that whatever we are appending next will go to the next line. So, and to do that, we use environment dot, new line to do that. So we are saying, I want to use string interpolation. So here we are saying date time dot utc now, then utc now, then f. You can see this stands for full short date time. So it's going to be the full um, date and the full time, but it's going to be a short one, not the long usual type. So that's for the format. Then we are saying this is my own way of formatting it. Message, then environment dot new line. So this is what we are doing. So we are registering the date and time for us to know the date and time. Then from there we're getting, okay, let me use this here. Then this arrow points into the message. Then we add environment dot new line to the end of it, so that the next thing we are going to be appending will fall on a new line. I hope that makes sense. So here we've done what we want to do. So the next thing is to append this, and we are saying file dot append all text. Sorry, let's append all texts. Then we are appending the log message to it. That's that's it. So if you see here, if you notice here, I'm not using try catch because I'm not trying to log any error from, or I'm not trying to catch any error from this in case if they, um, in case if it fails. So in case if it fails, that is what we are going to be getting. So that is done. But here there's an issue. So how do we do this file part? Because there are a lot of refactoring that we are going to be doing. So here we look at this is file transaction file. There's one I'm looking for. That should be accounts. This is account service. This is interfaces. And we have the high file connection. So we need to be able to, because we want to return string for the um, file part of the log file as well. So I'm doing log part. This is the log part. So now let's go to the implementation of this. That's file connection, file connection, file connection. Here's that. In fact, the file connection is not supposed to be here because it deals with connections to the file. So I think we're going to move it, but let's just leave that for now. That's not for this video. So yes, we're adding this here, string, because we are returning a tuple string log parts. Yes. So here we also want to add, we want to say string log file equals to path.combine. Since we have the paths, we have the directory already, so we want to add we want to create a log text file. So, and that's why we are doing this. Send the folder paths. Then here we name our, what's it called? We name our file, and we'll return the log file. Okay, log file. So if this is balanced now, then we need to change some other things as well. Where do we need to change again? Okay. I think we're going to be changing in some things in the utility or presentation rather. That'll be the IO helper. If is it the IO helper now or the program? Okay, that's the program. Yes. So here, so we are returning the log paths. Then here we have to also log file question log paths. Then here, okay, there are some things we'll also be correcting here in the file. Let's go to file customer repository because we are going to be using that which we have done. So here we are are doing hi logger, then we are saying private read only hi logger, then we are going to be making use of it here in this place. There are still some refactoring I think I'll be doing here, because there are some of these methods that cuts across board. For example, we load and we save data. So these are functionalities that the file customer repository, the file transaction repository, and the file account repository uses. So I think it is common to these three. So I might be putting this in a class of its own, and then I'll be calling them in the repositories, but that's not where we're going for this class. So here I want to say try on catch. Oh, okay. Try catch. So we are removing this and we are putting this in here. So try this, and whatever error that comes, log it, then throw the exception. So here we can also add that here. Let's remove this and do try this, then catch exception. Or if you like, we can put file catch exception. Okay, what's the name of that exception? File not. Okay, we can put file not found exception. We can use the same exception. As you can see, different exception to use, but let's just say file exception. We are still practicing, so I don't want us to do um, too much. So that's login for, then we can also use this we can also use this method. You can say error loading. This is customer, okay, loading. Customer data. So overload. So let's use this instead. So we're using calculation story here. Then and that's for here. So that's a file customer report. So let's go to file account report. We are doing the same thing for each of these repos. So we are saying logger, So we come down here and we do the same thing. Same thing here. Then we come here as well. I said the repo is the prime layout, prime sector where we need to implement or use the login function. So we've done for here. And the next place we are doing is the transaction. So we are doing high logger logger. Let's take here. High logger. So we need to be conscious of our spellings. So we do the usual thing here. So you see how changing or refactoring a code can affect the system. See, we need to make changes here and there. Well, anyways, this is just us implementing, um, the logging. So here we say logger dot login full. And here we do the dollar sign, that's string interpolation. Say error loading transaction data. Then so call the brackets and our message. So that's it. And then so we have it. We are going to have some issues because we've not fully implemented this. So we need to go to our high transaction repository. Okay, let's start from I high account repository. Okay. Okay, we don't have business text. Then we think there's some places. Accounts clean. Okay. I think it's in the services. Is it? Okay, let's try and run the program and see if we are not going to get any error. Okay. thought as much. Yeah, there are some places where I still need to. So we do log file. Oh, okay. Alright, that's something we need to do first. So our customer repository and the file customer. Where's the file customer repository or file account repository? Okay, in our file account repository. Here is our okay high file. We have anything like that? High account repository. Yeah, this is good. Okay, let's come back to our program. So there is need to add our okay. So I'm saying logger equals new logger, then the log path. So and here we are saying logger. So we are also using logger here as well as a transaction. So let's see if that would do the work. Okay, our application is working now. But there's something I want us to do. Let me go back to let me close this file repository. File connection, no. Logger, no. Okay, I think there is something I need here. File transaction repo. File transaction repo, okay, here. So in the repository here, I'm looking at something. JSON data serialize our file paths. Okay, yeah. So I want us to change this. Oh, let me stop the program. Something I want to show us. I'm deleting this now. Oh. So let's take a look at this. For example, okay, this is an account number here. Oh. Oh, you know what? Let's just delete all this. So we have to give everything, and let's create the whole thing anew or afresh. Let's start the whole program afresh, and let's register. Name is Jacob. My other name Oluwajo. Date of birth 9/5 11/11. Then Jacob at gmail.com. I'm opening a current account. So here's my current account number. So now I want to make a deposit, but before I do that, I want to change this transaction here. I want to change it to an empty string. This is just to see if our login here will work or not. So now, going back here, so I want to make a deposit. So I'm making a deposit of £200. Oh, there's a mistake here. Okay, let's see. Account does not exist here because obviously there's nothing like this there. So I need to put a space here because the server and this account are together. So I'll get that done. So here we'll go again. Account number. Then I'm depositing £400. So we have deposit transaction successful. So now let's go back here and see we have amount £200, transaction done. So, oh, okay. Let me end this program. So we see transaction here, but I'm trying to test the log to see if it is going to work or not. That's what I'm trying to see. So what do I do? 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 Okay, trying to see. Or transaction. Where is it? Oh, satisfy connection. Okay, let's try this first and see what we'll get. If it is going to run at all. Is it going to? Yeah, no, we're going to have an issue here. So this is not going to work. Oh, let me stop this. So we have file paths. Just trying to play around some things. Just trying to see. Okay, this is what I would do. I want to make another deposit on another 200, but this time around, I want to move this transaction, or let me delete it. And now let's see. Yeah, error. The value cannot be an empty string. So let's go back to this place. Let's look at our log.txt and see what's there. Yes, you can see the 4th of February 2026 at exactly 3:06. Error loading transaction data. Let's go back to the code that we have so that we can see. I'm just trying to show us how it was. You can see error. Okay, is error loading? Is it error loading or error saving? Which one did we get? Here's the log. Error loading transaction data. The value cannot be empty. Oh, okay. The first time we did it. The second time, this is okay. 308, yeah. Error loading transaction data. The input does not contain any JSON token. Expected the input to start with a valid JSON. Okay, this is the last error that was loaded. So now let's go to the file itself and see. Okay, here we have it. We have our log.txt file, and this is the last error. You can see error saving transaction data. The value cannot be empty. And these are the first two errors that was logged when we had the exception thrown, when we ran into a bug and it threw an exception. So these are the exception it threw, and it is all registered in the log file. So this is how logging works. So from here we can now proceed to say, okay, we want to implement it in the service layer, which is going to be probably maybe in the withdrawal or the deposit. This is just to log the intents and the results of what the user wants to do, like the result of the operation. So intent, I mean, okay, um, customer with account number wants to withdraw this. That is the intent. Then the result, is it successful or not? If it is not successful, then it logs the reason why it's not successful. So that can be done here as well. So that's that for now, and see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my video and to comment, put your comment down in the comment section, like and share my video to as many that you know would like to jump on this journey, or that has started before but they gave up on the journey and they are looking for a partner that they can join in moving or going on this journey together. I remain my humble self, Jacob Oluwajuwon. Thank you for joining in this video, and I'll see you in the next video.